At the beginning of the 9th century, the Carolingian Empire under the leadership of Charlemagne became one of the strongest powers in Europe. Charlemagne's goal was to expand and strengthen his empire, ensuring stability and security against external threats. Transdanubia, a strategic region in present-day Hungary, was under the control of the Avar tribes, who committed many raids into Carolingian territory. In 805, Charlemagne decided to launch an expedition into this area to quell the rebellion and protect the empire's eastern border. This campaign was intended not only to destroy the Avar threat, but also to expand the influence of the Carolingian Empire deep into Eastern Europe. Charlemagne assembled a large army, including cavalry, infantry, and special troops from all over the empire. This army is well-equipped and well-trained, ready to face challenges on the way into Avar territory. They departed from military bases in Germany and headed east, across jungles and rivers to Transdanubia. Throughout the march, Charlemagne and his generals continuously discussed strategy and detailed plans to ensure every aspect of the campaign was carefully prepared. The Frank army conducted reconnaissance to understand the terrain and military situation of the Avar people, preparing for the fierce fighting to come. As the Frankish army approached Hunawad, they began to encounter resistance from Avar warriors. The Avars were carefully prepared. They organized raids and used the difficult terrain to their advantage. Initial clashes took place in the forests and hills, where the Avars took advantage of their knowledge of the terrain to ambush the Franks. Despite many difficulties and losses, the Frank army maintained its formation and continued to advance. These small skirmishes did not slow Charlemagne's advance, but demonstrated the Avars' determination to protect their territory. The Franks faced great challenges from the courage and fighting spirit of the Avars. After overcoming initial clashes, the Frankish army reached Hunawad and began the siege of the city. Charlemagne decided to conduct a full siege to force the Avars to surrender. The Franks set up camps around the city, using watchtowers and catapults to attack the fortified walls. From inside the city, the Avars organized fierce counterattacks to repel the Franks and protect the city. The siege lasted many days, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The Franks continuously attacked with catapults, mobile forts, and wall ladders, while the Avars bravely defended every inch of land. However, Charlemagne's determination did not weaken. He believed that victory was only a matter of time. Charlemagne decided to launch a full-scale attack on Hunawad. He directed his soldiers to use ladders to climb the city walls, while catapults and archers created a protective barrier. The attack was fierce with the participation of both infantry and cavalry. Fierce fighting broke out on the city walls and gates, with both sides suffering heavy losses. Charlemagne himself led the attack, encouraging his soldiers and ensuring that they did not abandon their goal of taking the city. The Frank army attacked from many sides, putting great pressure on the Avars. Although the Avars fought bravely and mounted continuous counterattacks, they could not withstand the strength and determination of the Franks. The Avars resisted strongly, organizing counterattacks from inside the citadel. They used the terrain and knowledge of the city to their tactical advantage, inflicting heavy losses on the Franks. However, Charlemagne remained determined, directing the army to continue pressure on the citadel. He used flexible and decisive tactics to defeat the Avars step by step. Although the Avars were brave, they could not last long against the fierce and continuous attack of the Franks. Fierce fighting took place in the streets and walls, where the Avars took every possible advantage to hold out. However, the organization and discipline of the Franks gradually prevailed, weakening the Avars' ability to resist. After several days of siege and fighting, the Frankish army finally broke through the Avars' lines and advanced deep into their territory. The Avars, although fighting bravely, could not withstand the strength and discipline of Charlemagne's army. The citadel of Hunawad was captured and destroyed, marking an important victory for Charlemagne in his campaign to conquer Transdanubia. Charlemagne personally led the final attacks, ensuring that not a single Avar soldier could escape. This victory not only consolidated Charlemagne's power in Transdanubia, but also opened up new opportunities for the expansion of the Carolingian Empire. With the occupation of Hunawad, Charlemagne eliminated a major threat and asserted his dominance in Eastern Europe. After the victory, Charlemagne began the process of consolidating control in the Transdanubia region. He appointed Frankish officials to administrative positions, established new laws, and ensured the security of the region. The presence of the Frankish army here helped maintain order and prevent future uprisings. Guard posts and fortresses were built to protect newly occupied lands. Charlemagne also promoted administrative and military reforms to effectively integrate Transdanubia into his empire. Establishing a new management system not only helps maintain stability, but also creates favorable conditions for the economic and social development of the region. Charlemagne laid the foundations for a lasting integration, making Transdanubia an integral part of the Carolingian Empire.